me, Chasey Poo. I'm back again with Alex Bay.
Hi.
Today we are talking... you're so soft.
Thank you.
You're so brave. Today we are talking about transitioning, like Canada versus the UK, because we both have free healthcare, and there are special ways to transition in our countries, kind of, and if we want it for free.
Yeah.
Because there's always private. We won't
Yeah.
go into that, but because that would be way too long. But there are ways like you can pay for certain things so that it's faster. But basically, we're going to talk about like the differences that we experienced, and then kind of how we feel about the free healthcare system that allows us to transition for free in the biggest quotations that exist, because it's a very it's not free. So do you want to talk first about how you like this or your system or anything? You do you.
Okay, so like from initial referral, you mean?
Yeah, like some people literally I know what happens here, but some people literally don't know how it works here.
So I guess like if you realise you're trans or you're questioning your gender in any way, you can go to your local surgery and talk to your general practitioner, like your GP, and you could say like, I need a referral to a gender identity clinic, and as long as you're, I can't remember how old you got to be now, it's like 17 and up I think, to get referred to an adult clinic, I think. Don't quote me on that.
It's 18.
18? I don't know. Yeah, so you've got like child clinics and then you've got adult clinics. Child clinics you can't get put on T, but it's good to like get your name in the system obviously. But adult clinics, there's only a few in the UK. How many are there? Like 4, 5, 7? Yeah. But there's 2. Yeah, how do you know this? Piss off, do it yourself.
Do it yourself!
Do it yourself, I don't need to be here. No, there's 2 major ones, Charing Cross and the Laurels in Exeter.
See, I didn't know that. I knew the first one.
Both of which are like, they've got a lot of people going in and out.
Right.
So like the waiting lists are ridiculously long, especially in Charing Cross. For a while they actually like cut the lists off so no more people could get in. But I think that might be better now. I'm not entirely sure, because when I like went through it all, like the waiting list to actually get into a clinic was probably like a month. I think I waited like 4 weeks and then I had my first appointment. But there was like, I went straight in, I had all my psychotherapy appointments, because that's what you do first at GIC here.
Is that free?
Yeah,
okay.
It's all free,
okay.
All of it. And then after my 3 initial appointments I had an assessment, and after that they put me on a waiting list for a doctor, which is I think like an endocrinologist elsewhere, and they're the person that kind of oversees hormones and like your levels and everything. So yeah, and that was literally like 1 appointment. He was like, okay, cool, we're just gonna let you go off and do bloods and
do your bloods. I like that. That's what you say.
Yeah.
Do your bloods.
But like the waiting list to see the doctor for me was like a year. So I was sat there a year in the dark, and every now and then I'd have a psychotherapy appointment. But other than that, it was like the hardest time in my entire transition, because I was just there like, I don't know when I'm gonna be seen by a doctor, and I kept asking my therapist, and she kept like pushing the date forward.
Because they don't tell you when it's gonna be. You just kind of have to wait until they're like, oh, it's gonna be now.
Yeah. She said like it could be, I don't remember what she said now, like 3 months. But then it was Christmas, and then it was February, and then it was April, and I was fine on T. So yeah.
Oh my god.
But that's all free. But I mean, you have to pay for your travel, which can be kind of expensive because the clinics are really far apart.
Right. And some of the clinics have shorter wait times, right? Is that a thing?
I think so, yeah.
Depending on where you are in the UK.
Yeah,
and
but a lot of people get pushed into certain clinics because of like the catchment areas and stuff.
Sucks. So you have to travel to oh my god. What about
Obviously,
surgery?
Like,
did you have to wait a long time for surgery?
No, you can pick multiple surgeons as well.
Yes.
So like I picked somebody that was quite sought after. I picked Mr. Andrew Yelland in Brighton. I don't think he does NHS things anymore. Like he's not free anymore. I'm not sure if he does private stuff anymore, but yeah, he had a pretty long waiting list, and I waited from, I want to say February, April, and then I had surgery January of the next year. So it's kind of a long time.
Yeah, pretty intense.
But he was like one of the best surgeons in the country at the time.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's really interesting. I have a lot of friends in the UK who have told me their stories, and some of the stories oh my god, somebody I know waited 3 years to get on T, like to get their appointment, because they were at one of the and this was this is like 2013, so this is a long time ago. Yeah. And then, but like once he was in, it was like faster to get top surgery. It only took a year. And then it only took like a year and a half to get bottom surgery. Yeah. So it was like, once you're in, you're kind of like, it seemed for him to go faster.
Yeah. Like once you're on T, surgery just happens. That's what it felt like for me. I felt like at the time, I didn't 100% even like desire surgery, if you know what I mean. Like I wanted it, but I didn't want it immediately.
Yes.
But then it was almost like the date was there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh.
And it was fine.
Interesting. But you have to pay for like where you're staying outside of the hospital, like recovering and like
well,
traveling
for me,
there.
No, because the hospitals here are free and stuff anyway. So, like, if you're in the hospital, that's all paid for and it's fine.
Oh, they like let you stay in the hospital.
Well, for me, I only stay for one night.
Okay.
Because I had period.
Right.
So, yeah, but obviously you have to pay for travel, and that's like the most expensive part, I guess.
Interesting.
And if you want like other people staying with you, you've got to pay for their accommodation. So, I don't think it's a bad deal.
True. But the wait times are so long,
Yeah,
and I can
they're
totally
really short.
understand why
And they're
people
way
would
longer
go,
now than
yeah.
they used to be when I went through it all. So,
And I completely understand why people would go private and pay, and it's expensive.
yeah.
But
Yeah, but you get it so much faster. A lot of people actually, they skip like the testosterone waiting. They go private for all of that, and then they get back into the clinics
Yes.
for surgery.
Yes.
Because that's just like easier for them, but you have to get reassessed, which can take ages. And obviously they have to pay out of pocket each time for their prescription for their hormones as well.
when they go private,
Yeah. And
it sucks.
the only thing you have to pay for here when you're actually on T with the healthcare service is your prescription, which is like £6 or something.
That's £8.60.
£8.60.
A month?
Well,
For every prescription.
Like every time you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you're getting a big batch of gel, it doesn't matter how much you have, you pay
Well,
one.
I can only get one at a time.
You're saying they don't let you get more.
Yeah. Unless you had an appointment and said I'm going on holiday, I need.
To be fair, the whole system for the GICs is changing now as well.
Oh.
I've been discharged recently because they were like, we can't help you anymore because you don't want bottom surgery right now. Which I think, I'm not sure if it's always been like that, but a lot of people are being discharged really quickly after they've had T or top surgery. And so now people aren't technically being assigned both psychotherapist and doctor. They're like merging the roles in some cases. Like I think it's after you've had your like final assessment, and if you still need somebody, they get merged into one. So it's like cutting costs so more people can get into the clinics, which is good because it will reduce the waiting times, but the quality of care, like that's what you're thinking about.
Interesting.
But it's also like because there are 7 clinics.
Yes.
They've standardized the practice, so it used to be like going to one, you could go through a completely different process, and you could be waiting like 10 times.
But now it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's like going to McDonald's in any country. That's all the same usually. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like going to any clinic. It's like
it's just a standardized.
it's standardized. Like
Yeah.
Standardized.
But saying that, Jake is over there, if any of you guys that don't know. Mine and Jake's experience with our psychotherapy was really different because I'm not sure what it's like for you, but over here, if they like, I don't know if they like trust you or if you've already met them in person once, you can sometimes get phone appointments to the GIC
No.
or Skype appointments. I've Skyped with my psychotherapist a couple times.
No.
And I've had a lot of phone appointments because I can't bring it out of my day. Like I can't take days off work because you've got to go see them so often.
Right. Interesting.
But mine doesn't even have like a direct line of contact.
Yeah, but Jake's
Like I have to
letting.
email the receptionists to get them to pass on a message to mine, which is why I just stop going to appointments.
Yeah. Wow. So it's like there's like a standard, but not really.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
like they can still operate however they want.
Yeah. I mean, Quebec is really weird because Canada is, we have so many provinces and each province has different laws. So I'm going to go with where I transition. So we do have informed consent. So you can go to a clinic, sign a paper, and they'll give you tea without having a therapy letter. That exists. There is a 3-year waiting list for that. I was on that wait list. But because I transitioned so long ago, there's no point in talking about how I transitioned in 2010. Instead, I'm going to talk about how you transition now. So the way basically that you have to do it is you have to pay for therapy. So you need to find a therapist that is willing to write you a letter saying that they diagnose you with gender dysphoria and that testosterone is the next step in your transition. Once you find a therapist like that, it's up to them to decide how many sessions that they think that you need. Some are really cool and are like, you only need 1. Other ones are like, we need 8, and they're really expensive. Like you have to pay for those. They're not free at all.
Oh my god. What? And you, so
Yeah. And
so you
then
have a healthcare service, but your healthcare ain't paid for.
we don't, mental health stuff isn't really paid for.
Okay.
And yeah, so then when you have that, you have to find your own endocrinologist. So I found my own, that's free. I was able to go, and those appointments are free. And then they do your bloods, and then they give you your prescription, and you can
And all
do
that's
that.
for free as well, your bloods and everything.
All that is for free. And then for surgery, because surgery is also covered, it's a harder thing to do. You need 2 letters from therapists, which again you have to pay for. One of them has to be a like a psychiatrist that specializes in something specific, and they need to have seen you for at least a year.
So do you have to seek out both of these letters yourself? Or will
Yes.
they do it for you?
Oh no, you have to do everything. You have to find everyone. It's, if you accidentally found a very transphobic like therapist and you didn't know, you still have to pay for that session.
So,
Yeah.
like
so
here with the GICs, when you go to your doctor and you say, right, I want top surgery, they just do it for you, and
that's
you like
so
you don't have to do
good.
anything. They write all the letters and everything.
that's, oh my god. No, they don't know. So then you have 2 letters for surgery, for top surgery, and then they put you on a wait list. If you're in Quebec, it's faster. And by faster, I mean like within a year. But the thing that I don't like is that they tell you when your date is, and that if you're a student, you can't. You can change the date, but then it'll be like months later on. So
I think it's the same here. You just
Yeah.
get assigned a date.
so that wasn't ideal. So I actually paid for my own surgery and I went to Florida because I wanted to go to Dr. Garamoni.
Oh.
So I paid $6,000 American because I didn't want to beep. Because I didn't want to wait, and I also did not like the results of the surgeon that was available because she was new and had no results of her own, but was practicing under someone else, and I had seen his result. I'm like, I know exactly what my chest is gonna look like if I go to Garamoni. I'm gonna go to Garamoni.
What was the waiting list like for him? Because he's like famous.
It wasn't super long. For me. This was in 2013, but I think it was like maybe 4 months. But I was like, after school, it needed to be when the semester's over, so I'm like,
Jesus.
May and June would be great, and it was in May. Everyone that I know gets surgery in May. Like literally, we all have our like top surgery anniversaries in May because like when everyone finishes school, all exams are done. It's like right before the summer. So that was not free, and I'm not gonna get that money back. So I had to pay for my flights and everything. And then bottom surgery is the same thing. You need 2 letters, but the thing with bottom surgery in Quebec is you could only have bottom surgery with 1 surgeon. Like you don't have a choice for top surgery and bottom surgery because they're in Montreal. You have to do it with these surgeons, and they only do like 1 technique. And if you don't like that technique, sucks to suck. Whereas other places in Canada have now expanded it, which is really great. I know that British Columbia and Ontario do this, where if you want to have surgery with Dr. Chen in San Francisco in the United States, they will cover it for you. I don't know if they cover the travel, which is expensive, but the fact that they would cover a surgeon, which usually costs around $300,000 for 1 stage of phalloplasty, is awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know about the other provinces because some are like, but almost all the provinces do cover trans care, but you still have to pay for a therapy. The one thing that I did try to do, the whole like I'm not trans enough, was there used to be a program where you go to the hospital, and in my head that would be free. You go to a hospital, they assess you. If you're in the program, you have to go to therapy every week, and then you have group therapy every 2 weeks, and it sounds like, oh, that would be free because it's part of the hospital, but apparently you had to pay $100 per session, and the group sessions were like $150. So I'm really glad that they said I'm not trans enough, and I didn't like.
So that
I
was
shouldn't
like
be in
right
there.
at the beginning.
Yes.
Like, oh.
Yeah. That program still exists, but there's like barely anyone who does that anymore because now they realize that you can do it a lot cheaper and faster because at that clinic it's them that decide when you're ready to go on hormones. I'm like, no, I'm gonna decide when I'm ready.
So you guys don't have like clinics, specialized gender clinics, because that's what we have here.
No.
You go in, everybody knows. You got a receptionist behind the counter that's like on it.
No, we don't have that at all. There's a clinic in Vancouver that I know of because Vancouver is very progressive, very trans friendly. They have a clinic that is like just a doctor's office, and they have like specialty in trans stuff, but they're not a trans clinic. Same thing with the United States, where the conference is, the Philadelphia Trans the Mazzoni Center is the one that organized that conference, and they're a clinic that specializes in like marginalized communities, and they specialize in like HIV care and LGBT care and a lot of trans care, but it's not a trans specific clinic.
Yeah.
But they could help you with resources, but that's in the United States.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Canada is like, we have to do everything ourselves, but it's covered. But we also have to pay for a lot of things, so it's not really free healthcare.
We have it pretty good over here.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better than, but the wait times, oh my god, I would have paid, honestly, I would have.
Really?
I can't wait, nah. I waited for so many years already that it would have just been,
Interesting.
Yeah, but the fact that you have to like find your own therapist and make sure that they're okay.
I know, yeah. I think that's the worst part.
Yeah, it's cool here. I didn't know that
And the
they
fact that
found
everything's
it here.
not
They
connected
did it,
as
yeah.
well. I didn't even know. I thought it was just standard to have clinics everywhere.
No. Do they help with your name change and gender marker change?
No.
Okay. 'Cause it's just like.
Well, if you want your gender marker change, you can get them to write everything out on it.
Oh, okay, no. I had to like get a therapist to like write me a letter saying that yes, I am this person who is actually trans.
It's just easier. You still have to
Yeah.
do that here, but it's easier because everybody's kind of in one place.
And you don't have to pay for it. I had to pay for the appointment and for the letter.
Sometimes you have to pay for letters here.
I have to pay
It's
$40.
It's like for getting a doctor's note. If you need time off work, you have to pay like 20 quid.
I'm not.
Oh, really?
Private.
Okay,
Yeah.
some clinics do that, but not all of them. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's all. Yeah. We could talk about other things later on in the future, but for that, that's good. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. It was cool to, like, talk about the different experiences, because there's a lot of things that I thought I knew that I didn't.
Yeah,
but
same.
yeah, so it's
Same.
cool. Yeah. So moral of the story is, because people are always like, I want to move to a different country. Where
Move
should
to
I move?
England.
Yeah.
Come here, live with me.
But the wait times, though.
Yeah.
But the wait times,
That's it.
there's also wait times in Quebec, too. It's just wait time. Being trans culture is wait times. I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm laughing because it's sad.
It's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Look in the
Thank you for having
comments,
me.
the description below. I'll put your links and stuff and all of that fun stuff. Okay, love you. Bye.